Hello everyone, my name is Katie Ewers and I'm a professional careers advisor, and if you've come onto this video you've done my questionnaire on the Myers-Briggs to see what type you are. So you have found out that you are an ENFJ, the protagonist. So you're part of the idealist group, but you're also, as a protagonist, a natural born leader. You're full of passion and charisma and people listen to you. So you'd be great teaching or speaking because people listen to you when you speak. You're charming, you're popular, and you can capture your audience. You pick up the mood and the emotion of the audience and you're able to respond flexibly to the audience's mood. You can lead the charge for your team. You're very much the motivator. You inspire others to achieve and do good in the world. You communicate well with other people and you can assert yourself well. You're very much have a lot of balanced personal power. You're good with people. You're altruistic. You unite and bring people together. As I said, you're warm, you're selfless, you motivate and you inspire. You're very tolerant of different people, good at working within a team, listen to other people's opinions very much so, and don't push other people's opinions away. Um, when I say receptive to dissent, I mean, you don't get really upset and angry if somebody doesn't agree with you or doesn't always follow what you ask them to do, being as you're a leader. And I think very much a teacher. And you're not one of those that gets upset by that. You want to understand why and deal with it like your typical talented teacher. You're reliable, you see things through, and you teach or speak or express yourself with enthusiasm. You can be overly idealistic, which causes you to people to think you're quite naive, like because you think that amazing things could happen. It's good to have those ideals because everyone should strive towards something, but be careful that you're not using your ideals and using it to disappoint you. Using your ideals as like a benchmark for your happiness. And what I mean by that is being upset and disappointed when people, situations don't meet your ideal. It's ideal for a reason, you know. So try not to use your ideals as a benchmark so that you get upset if they're not achieved. Do you know what I mean? You can be too selfless and do too much for other people at times, spread yourself a bit too thin, and then you make yourself ill and exhausted, and then you're unable to help anyone. Very sensitive. You take a lot of things personally and to heart, which sometimes doesn't help you all that much. And you're quite empathetic, so you take on other people's problems. Your self-esteem and confidence fluctuates depending on how you're feeling in the moment, and you judge yourself quite a lot. Especially when you're not meeting your own ideals, struggle to make tough decisions. And when you're struggling with that tough decision, it can cause you to get a bit stuck. They call it paralysis, getting stuck because you can't make the decision and worrying about what happens when you do make a decision. Jobs that would be really good if you're for an ENFJ is teaching, definitely. Your social scientists, people that are interested in people and the way people work, the big picture, people interested in very existential things, very intrapersonal things, maybe even a spiritual leader, a speaker, an advisor, a physician, a GP, using your abilities and your skills to help and advise other people, expressing yourself through acting and expressing your emotion to an audience, or artist. You could be an artist. You're a great artist, whether it be website design or fine art or computer design, computer aided design, photography. You're also a creative writer, but also a good writer across the board. Teaching, as I've said, across the board. I see the ENFJ, I keep doing that. ENFJ is very much the teacher, or a counsellor, helping people, teaching, instructing, inspiring, life coach, very much an ENFJ thing, and an ENFP thing, I would say. Mediator, diplomat, peace work, very much the motivational speaker, definitely. That's what links into the teaching. And PR, putting companies forward and in, making other people look good for others. Jobs that aren't so good for you would be like practical stuff, like making things out of wood or dealing with wiring or mechanical things. You're not so much into tangible and fixing. And the factory supervisor's not that good. Analysts, so things where you've got to sit down and think, is not so good for you. You're more a doer, you're more social, you want to inspire. Military, I think that would be too harsh, and it's not about so much the person's emotional well-being as much as it is to train them up to serve their country, and it can be a bit tough, I think, for an ENFJ to deal with. Engineering, like I said, the tangible thing, it's not really for an ENFJ, and dealing with machines and tangible stuff. You're more about the social, about the emotional, about the advising, and about the writing and the artistic activities. Okay. Now, I hope you've liked my video today. If I'm a very new channel as a careers advisor, so please subscribe to my channel, like my video, and click the bell icon so you keep up to date with my latest posts. You can email me at katie@careertalents.co.uk, or you can go to my website, careertalents.co.uk, or you can contact me on any of these social media platforms, and I'm going to post those in the description box. And as ever, guys, only trust yourself. It's you that matters when you're choosing a career, what you feel, what you want, and what matches you. It's not what anyone else wants. Okay. It's about your abilities, your motivation, and you're going to be working for a long time, so make sure it counts.